Hey everyone! In today's video, we'll explore some major developments that could redefine the future of NIO, one of the most closely followed EV companies globally. From ambitious plans to improve profit margins to strategic moves in battery and chip production, NIO is making serious progress that could reshape its future. Whether you're an investor looking for insight or an EV enthusiast keeping tabs on industry innovation, this update is something you don't want to miss. Let's break it all down. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. Let's dive into one of the most exciting developments in the electric vehicle industry, specifically what's happening with NIO. A few years ago, NIO's CEO made a bold statement about the company's future strategy. He explained that for NIO to substantially boost its gross margins, the company had to take control of two core areas: chip manufacturing and battery production. At the time, NIO's gross margins were hovering around 18 to 19%, but their goal, to push beyond 30%. To make that leap, the CEO made it clear NIO would need to develop its own chips and build its own batteries. Fast forward to today, and we can see the company has already made significant strides in one of those areas: chips. NIO now designs and develops its own autonomous driving chips, which are already being deployed in their latest vehicles. And that effort won't stop there. NIO's sub-brand ONVO is expected to benefit from a dedicated autonomous driving chip developed specifically for its models. That's a clear indication that NIO is serious about becoming technologically self-sufficient. Now, let's shift to the second part of that vision: battery production. There's been a major update, and it's one that could reshape NIO's future. The company has just announced a strategic collaboration with CATL, one of the biggest battery manufacturers in the world. Together, they're planning to co-develop battery packs, including an 85 kilowatt-hour unit, tailored for NIO's vehicles based on the new Android Volt platform. This partnership is especially critical, considering it represents NIO's first concrete step into in-house battery production. Initially, there were expectations that NIO's flagship model, the ET9, would debut with these in-house batteries. That didn't happen, but there's good news. Starting next year, the chances are high that NIO will begin producing these batteries in larger volumes. What's even more impressive is the scale and significance of this development. Let's not forget the role of CYVN, the Abu Dhabi-based investment group that poured over $2 billion into NIO. They're also the group that acquired British supercar manufacturer McLaren. Interestingly, part of the plan following that acquisition was for NIO to provide technological expertise to McLaren, particularly in EV components. And here's where things get even more exciting. NIO is reportedly gearing up to develop and supply batteries for McLaren's upcoming hybrid vehicles. Production for these batteries is set to begin next year, and full-scale manufacturing is expected by 2026. This new line of business opens up a completely fresh revenue stream for NIO, while also aligning perfectly with their push for higher margins. This collaboration with McLaren isn't a solo venture. NIO is entering this new market using a similar playbook to what it used in its early days. Remember, NIO didn't initially have the capability or certification to manufacture its vehicles independently. That's why they partnered with JSC Motors, and that's how the JSC NIO plant came into existence. Under that agreement, NIO paid JSC a fee reportedly around $260 per unit to produce cars for them. Now, they're applying a similar model in the battery segment. By teaming up with industry leaders like CATL and leveraging collaborative manufacturing, NIO is gaining crucial expertise while scaling operations at a manageable pace. This strategic approach ensures that they're not biting off more than they can chew, while still making meaningful progress toward their goals. It's also worth highlighting that the new 85 kilowatt-hour battery pack being co-developed with CATL won't just be used for NIO-branded vehicles. It will also be compatible with models under the ONVO sub-brand, allowing NIO to share development costs across both lines and achieve even greater economies of scale. This kind of multi-platform battery architecture is a smart move. It optimizes resources and simplifies future updates or modifications. And speaking of battery innovation, NIO is also working on a high-capacity 120 kilowatt-hour pack, which was originally intended for the ET9. That plan may still come to life in another model or a future version of the ET9. Either way, these developments indicate that NIO is building a solid foundation for long-term success in both high-performance and mass-market EV segments. Another crucial detail: the battery pack being created for McLaren will include 680 large cylindrical cells developed in-house by NIO. Limited production is scheduled to kick off as early as next year, with ramped-up output planned shortly thereafter. This shows that NIO is not just dabbling in battery manufacturing. They are investing in advanced, high-performance solutions aimed at meeting the demanding requirements of premium and performance-oriented vehicles. If you're an investor or just someone closely following the EV space, this should be music to your ears. NIO is no longer a company simply assembling parts. It's evolving into a vertically integrated manufacturer. By bringing both chip and battery production under its own roof, NIO is setting itself up for major cost advantages, increased control over supply chains, and ultimately, better margins. Let's not overlook the significance of their partnership with CATL either. CATL is the undisputed heavyweight in the EV battery market, boasting a staggering market share. In fact, from January to April of this year, CATL held roughly 88% of the battery supply market, followed by BYD at about 17%. Teaming up with a powerhouse like CATL puts NIO in the best possible position to succeed in battery manufacturing while learning from the best in the business. It all ties back to the vision NIO's leadership shared years ago. To truly compete long-term, NIO needed to control its most critical components. Now, with chip development already underway and battery production on the horizon, that vision is becoming reality. So what does this all mean for NIO as a company and as a stock? In simple terms, growth. This is the kind of news that reinforces confidence in the company's long-term prospects. It's hard to deny the strategic clarity NIO is showing through these partnerships and initiatives. Every new battery and every new chip brings them one step closer to profitability and independence. As we move into 2025 and look ahead to 2026, keep a close eye on these developments. Because while many are still focusing on deliveries and short-term fluctuations, the real story lies in these foundational moves. And if everything goes according to plan, we could very well see NIO achieving and possibly surpassing that 30% gross margin target their CEO envisioned. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.